Okay, so what have you got for us today?
So we're going to have a look at the Bachmann Branchline. It's a Rapier and a Ransomes Rapier 45-ton steam breakdown crane.
Wow.
So it's quite an exquisite beast, isn't it?
This is one of my favorite releases of Bachmann. I think it was about two and a half years ago or so. That was phenomenal.
I'm surprised at the size of the box because there's so much in it.
And the complexity. So
well, Bachmann claims that from an engineering and production standpoint, this was the most difficult project that they've ever had.
Oh, really?
Right. Wow.
There's just the complexity of the construction.
Yep.
And we'll open the box and you guys can see exactly how complex and how many parts there are. So,
cool.
And I thought what would be really fun to do is this is a breakdown crane.
Yeah.
So we'll see how well it works. We've got a carriage here that it's just had a derailment.
Right.
So
we can rescue that.
See if we could use this crane
to rescue that.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
And see how well that works.
So look.
Let's
let me turn that around so I can see it.
There we go on the top.
There
Here we go.
Okay, zoom it out a
Oops,
bit.
the wrong direction I went.
There we go.
We're back.
There's a lot of bits with this one. Yeah, the box is huge. Absolutely. I might have to do this to get it out.
Ah, yep.
Well, and then we have our documentation. So this is very important. This is your instructions on how to assemble it and then how to operate the crane itself.
Yep.
Which we'll demonstrate. So a lot of really wonderful information here. And also information on how to re-rig it if that becomes necessary.
Yep.
And that's very complex too. So great information there. And we'll move this out of the way for now.
Yep.
Thank you.
It over here.
And the main contents. Very snug.
The packaging is very tight, isn't it? As in, it doesn't allow anything to move. It keeps everything really safe.
Yeah, everything's cushioned super well. So we've got the main crane here, and we'll get the little bits out first. So there's quite a few components to this. It's a very long machine, and it's articulated in a lot of spots to allow it to negotiate curves.
Yep.
Whether it be on a real railway or on someone's model railway, where the curves would be even tighter.
Yep.
So those are the two end parts.
Yep.
And then we've got this sort of supports the crane boom when it's down.
Yes.
And then we'll put that down. We might actually need that documentation to help us get everything set up just perfectly.
Yep.
Because I know that you have regular couplers on one side, and this is where this would connect to like a locomotive or another part of like a work train. And then this sort of like link pin sort of system is what's
going to go linked into the actual main part of the crane. So I think you have these two here, and then here we go. Yeah.
Just as your documentation shows. Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll put that down. And then the main crane body itself, and it's a very
get rid of this little critter.
Yeah, little critter. Very large, delicate machine, so we'll be very careful with this. And it might go on like that. I've got to very carefully
connect it up. Let's pop the front camera so you guys can have a look.
All right, so it's all coming together now.
Have to study it. There we go, just like that. You gotta sort of have to lift it up.
Yep.
And that makes the tolerance really tight. So these fit together very tightly.
Yep.
It's based on an old the prototype it was based on. There's like 6 of these left in preservation, but they were originally built for the LNER and the SR, so the London Northeast Railway and the Southern Railway in the late 30s through to the 1940s.
Mm-hmm.
And Bachmann did an extensive amount of research on these because the cranes changed in specification a lot over the years, and that most of them stayed in service for a long time, and quite a few of them are actually still operational now and are used by preservation railways for exactly what they were designed for many decades ago.
Picking things up.
So it looks like we've got this complete. It's huge, isn't it? It would have been good to have a locomotive here so that we could have like a scale comparison.
Yes, it's pretty massive, isn't it?
I guess once you have the wagon on beside it, it would give definitely a good indication.
Yep.
So let's see.
All right, so that's the derailed sucker.
It is. So the crane can't do much with the crane yet. So we've got inside the box. There's some
photo etching,
some photo etched panels.
Yep.
They've already actually printed the build plates and all of the information plates, but they also give you brass ones that you can fix to it if you wish to.
Okay. Yep.
But again, not necessary because I know not everybody wants to do that.
Yep. Okay.
And then
Nice.
you have a bag of bits.
Bag of bits.
Very important bits. This attaches to the crane hook. I forgot the name of this, but I know the documentation, I think, describes it. It is a spreader beam.
A spreader beam.
So you can, I don't know how well you guys can see it.
Oh, so it shares the load across a couple of sets of chains. Or
Exactly.
ropes.
So if you wanted to have more than one chain or rope,
Yeah.
then this is what you would use to sort of even out
Yeah,
the lifting process.
Okay.
So that's very important.
Yep.
And then you have, this is the key. This is what makes the whole thing operate.
That's the magic.
Magnetic. Let's go. Let's go for a closer look. So this is basically like a little handle with a magnet.
So the shiny
on
bit's
the
the
back
magnet.
of it. That's right. And then it has like a sort of where it notches in, and we'll show you. There's on the back of the crane. So this is a steam crane. So it's steam driven.
Yep.
And it has boiler openings.
Yep.
So you use the magnet to. So as it stands,
Yep.
There's also the chimney, the boiler chimney here.
Yep.
And that fits on. I'm pretty sure just like that. There's a little hole.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yep. Just like that.
Okay.
And
So it's
so
complete.
you need to remove this.
Yep.
And then you need to remove the boiler plates on the back with the magnet. And
Oh,
they
wow.
just snap off.
Yep.
And then you put them somewhere very safe. We'll just put them here for now.
Yep.
And there's two. Let's see if I can lift it up a bit. But there's where the two boiler plates are. One operates the height of the boom.
Yep.
Why don't I bring that a bit
Yeah, good
closer?
idea.
So one operates the height of the boom, and one also operates the hook itself.
Yep.
So you can see the rigging's really complex, and it's as prototypically accurate as they could make it. So let's see if we can get this derailed wagon.
We're going to move
Maybe
that a
we
bit
should-
closer. Let's shift
maybe
this a
we
bit
should do
closer.
that.
There's a way.
Shift this closer here.
See if we can do it just like the railways did it.
And then
but
we'll shift this
much
one
smaller.
over here. Okay. So it's chugged along and it's stopped next to this derailed.
For simplicity's sake, let's do it like that.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
So yeah, this swivels 360 degrees,
All right. Yep.
which is pretty great. Whoop.
Oh. Okay.
And we'll put the key in, and that just sort of slides in like that. Whoa.
Ooh.
Oh, you know what?
Derail.
I forgot a very important part.
What's
I
that?
forgot to demonstrate, and that a crane operator would always do in real life.
Put a
Is it to stop it from doing that?
Yes, you have it is because that is a common problem with cranes. So they actually have supports.
Little arm things.
Yeah, that come out.
Ah.
maybe one of these interesting videos that we see on YouTube of crane crashing.
There's quite a few of those. Now let's see. There's more of those than what there probably should be.
Right here.
They're very hard to get out. So I might have to disconnect this briefly. Take the key out. Just show underneath.
The Outriggers.
The Outriggers, that's it. There we go.
Oh wow! Oh wow! They come a long way.
They do. So we've got they come out all the way, so we won't go all the way, but this will certainly help in the event that it wants to topple.
Wow.
There's also a lot of really fine detail on this too. I'll just quickly show you. You can see inside the boiler. Focus.
One back to
Touch
a little
close.
Yep.
Yep. Getting,
Oh, there
that's
we go.
better.
Perfect. So I'll just demonstrate with when you're raising and lowering the actual hook itself, you can see that the steam piston moves.
Oh yeah.
So it's all
It's
geared.
rotating. Yep.
So that's really cool. let's get this back on track.
Yep.
And get this track clear.
All right.
I think we've got it.
Right.
All
Okay.
right. So
These also have a hinged roof,
Oh, it's
so
opening
that
up.
the crane operators could get a better view of what the boom was doing.
Right.
So that doesn't come up more than that, I believe, but that's just like the real prototype. So again, they did a huge amount of
That's about 30
research.
series.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So yep, that's coming down now
You can see
slowly.
it coming down. It doesn't move particularly quickly.
I guess the real one wouldn't be.
The real
moving
one
then.
wouldn't have been moving
No.
very quickly either.
It's amazing seeing all those gears in there.
They're all moving at different ratios.
Hmm. Right, so it's coming down now.
That's pretty fun.
That's like a bit of role playing too, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think this would be really great for if you love doing photography on your
That's
layout.
right.
Yeah.
And you wanted to stage a scene where there was a situation where a breakdown crane was needed.
Yep.
You could like populate this with workers and
Yep.
sort of stage a really wonderful scene, and I think it would be great for that purpose.
That's extended pretty far already.
Yeah.
It's almost flat. Yeah.
Well, if you want to run this around, you'll need to lay it flat, and that's why this thing is so long. Is just to accommodate it.
True that.
So let's just imagine there's a steam engine and it pulls it along.
Yep.
To help align it. So we've got to get it real close.
Almost there.
And we'll hook it on. Well,
Okay, so we're gonna connect it to the coupler.
it's a small hook, but I think it'll do it.
Okay.
That's
All
it.
right,
Okay, so
let's bring it up.
right, so you're going the opposite direction. That's cool.
Gotta get my ground crew to
Right,
sort
let
of.
me you hold it
Yeah,
there.
you know what? Go for it.
The ground crew is just aligning it up.
Wonder how many people normally operate this. It's more than one for sure.
Oh, here we go. Oh, he's off.
Look at that.
It's off the ground now.
Right, so then we just twist it and then go the opposite direction down. So that's going to front camera so everyone can possibly see.
Yeah.
Now we're going down again and should be perfectly, or not so perfectly.
Close.
I think you've almost got it. Just down a little bit more.
I think we are
Pretty close.
mostly done.
A bit more to your right, I think.
Just got some steps, isn't it?
Takes a bit of skill.
Definitely.
Those crane games.
I think we
Oh,
have it.
yeah, I think
we
I
have
think
it.
we're on.
All
It's
right.
rolling.
Yeah, true. I remember that. Here we
Oh,
go.
there we go.
Done.
And off it goes. It's rolling away.
No one set the brakes. So there it goes. Yeah, so that's
Success.
really cool. A really cool item from Bachmann. And they were very proud of this because of all of the work that they had to
Yeah,
put
definitely.
into it. There's so many
Definitely.
components. And the detail is really lovely with all the gearing and,
Yes,
and
for
the
sure.
piston moving with the crane. So
Mm.
yeah, it's a really great addition to your layout if you're really interested in work trains or if you want to replicate a scene where there would be a situation where this would be needed.
Brilliant.
That's great.
Well, that was a really good demonstration today. There's something different.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't think you actually make it happen. The rear LA wagon.
Oh, we did it. Just like the real thing.
So then in real life, this will be traveling pretty much like this with the boom resting on this part,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yeah. The clearance for tunnels and bridges is really tight in
That's
the UK.
right. Yeah.
And you can even see that sort of like the roof of the crane is
Chamfered, right?
Oh,
chamfered
yep,
to allow it to fit in the tunnel. So
Yep.
this would have to be very flat in
Yeah.
order for it to work. And then when you have this in the position you want, you just take out the key.
Yep.
and you put in the little magnetic boiler plates, and they'll just snap right back into place.
Even the idea of using the magnetic boiler plates, it's really clever actually, that you have the detail of the boiler, but at the same time it's actually functional, can be removed and utilized to action the crane. Really.
Yeah.
I'm sure they gave it a really long think, and they're like, how do we make sure that this looks as realistic as possible, but how do we also allow functionality? And this was a really good solution for that.
That's right.
Done a really good job.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's impressive.